like, well, that's a weird shape to be. I also feel like he puts these shirts on literally out of the package for the podcast. They all look strangely crisp. It's off-putting. Anyway, this is Tucker Carlson's crazy ass talking to another guy's crazy ass who describes himself as an ex-Freemason, and he will recount the moment he spoke to the angel of death. I've been seeing a little bit of glazing of Tucker Carlson because he's saying that Israel is committing a genocide, rightfully. I'm here to remind you that he is not a reasonable guy.
How long were you a Mason?
I mean, it's not like you ever like...
This guy's name might be Mason.
Establish like I'm going to meetings. No, I wanted to initiate to 3 degrees. I entered, and in between, by the way. Okay, so this is why I know this gets far out. But like,
is he not looking at Tucker Carlson, or is that where he's located in the room? I assumed he would be more straight on, but his eyes are off to the side, which implies lying. But maybe that's where Tucker is.
In between.
But we're already pretty far out.
The initiation, the first
he was looking off
degree and the third degree. In that time period, I would get phone calls from 666 numbers all the time.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so I feel like he's lying right now. Look at how he's not looking at Tucker, and then he finishes the sentence, and then he is. That's weird. That feels like a lie. Anyway.
666, 6666. We want your soul. Like just demonic voices. I want your soul. That's kind of nonsense.
So Satan called your cell.
30 seconds in. Satan called your cell phone.
I mean, I don't know if it was Satan or the CIA, but someone with a 666 number that sounded satanic called my cell and would be like, "We want your soul," and I would just laugh and I'd be like, "Okay, I mean, it's not mine to give. My soul belongs to God, so I don't know what you're talking. I can't help you." Basically.
Yeah, you know how you just normally answer that. Oh, I want your soul. Well, it's not for sale, God. I'm leasing it from God. So. Not even mine to sell, really. I'm more of a renter.
Basically, I don't know what to
I think
tell
I'm
you.
jumpier than you because if I was, in between degrees in the Masons and Satan started calling me, I would drop out.
Well, it's not about dropping out or not. It's about initiating as I said, it's an initiating and understanding of the world. And that's why I believe the checkerboard is very real. Like the way that it's designed is the checkerboard on the floor. It's black and white. Not all Satanists are evil. I do believe that there's the path of light and there's a path of dark.
I know we're sort of dropped into the middle of this conversation a little bit, and I'm sure it gets really good. What a wild fucking ride already, though. We are just saying stuff. This guy read one Dan Brown book, and he was like, hell yeah, dude, I believe it all.
They want to assess who you are. And as I say I mean like a higher realm wants to know what you are. So I believe that people that join, who choose the darker side, I think I've seen it, they basically are willing to do anything. They're willing to drink the blood. They're willing to make the oath, essentially, to the dark.
I make an oath to the dark.
Because
what is it? What's in the dark?
Want power. And if they know that your soul isn't wired that way, you don't end up on the satanic path. So again, like a lot of these...
If your soul isn't wired that way, that implies that God wires souls to follow Satan now, doesn't it?
Just kind of tests. I felt like they were just kind of tests, just kind of... Like I got a call from Azazel one time.
I got a call from Azazel?
Angel's the angel of death, right? Yeah. Azazel calls.
Sure.
And then like a day or two later, my grandmother passed away.
Oh, no. The angel of death was like, "What's up, motherfucker? I'm going to kill grandma." And then he hung up.
When my grandmother...
Wait, the angel of death called your cell?
Yeah.
That's a Dracula flow line. I get calls from the angel of death on my flip phone. You think I give a fuck?
Well, it's like it now. I mean, it basically then.
I text Azazel bedtime stories.
And
what did you say?
No, I knew what Azazel was, so I knew a spirit of death was around.
No, more Dracula flow would actually.
Haters in shambles. They stay picking the corn out of my shit.
Yeah. It'd be more like I sexed the angel of death, Azazel. I send him pictures of my balls and gooch dripping in fucking purging snuff. I don't even know what that means. Sounds like a drug though. That's more of like what he would say.
And then, like I said, my grandmother passed, like, I think within 1 or 2 days of that call. So I was like, wow,
Oh, now it's one day. Wow.
okay.
What did the angel
Dude, you could just go say shit and Tucker Carlson will look very seriously at you and ask you questions about it.
of death say on the phone?
It wasn't, I don't remember, like, again, it wasn't like I remember specifically.
Look how much he cannot look straight at Tucker. And you can't remember this? I can't remember super well. You can't remember when the angel of death called you on the phone? Not a flashbulb memory for you? I don't know. Maybe it's just psychosis.
An announcement of something. It was just more of like, in that time period, again, it was getting so many calls from these things like wanting my soul, and sometimes it was witches cackling.
Witches on the phone? Why did you who got your number, man?
Like, come play with us, like come join us. Sometimes
Come play with us and join us. I'm a witch. That's how he knew, because she said that she was a witch.
it was one time, and it's funny, I played this on Alex Jones' show actually back in 2012. It
If you just say crazy shit, you go on podcasts.
was a call from, again, 666, and they were
Okay, if one of you is really good at lying, or you just want to like very earnestly talk about lore in your little like D&D campaign or something, you should just parlay it into going on all these crazy guys' shows.
doing ball worship. They're like calling on ball,
Dude, ball worship? I'm into that.
and they were like, it's not
Oh, never mind. This is demons.
like they were doing a ritual. These demonic voices are like ball, la la. They're doing a ritual.
Ball. Can you imagine like going into the secret tomb, evading all the traps? You got your light, you've lit your torch, you're walking through the catacombs, you find the ancient tome, you crack the cover, dust, you see the words, your eyes glaze over when you look at them, and then you wake up strapped to the sacrificial fucking altar. Oh no, and you're naked. And they're cutting into you with a dagger, and all the guys around you are going, ball, la, 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 ball, la, la, ball, ball, balls, ball, ball, la, 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 ball. Pulls the, like, yeah, it's still scary or whatever to get cut into with the daggers or whatever, but I still think not as spooky as it could have been.
On this, on the phone call. So it was almost like they were trying to like engage my energy for what they were doing. Do you see?
Engage my energy?
That goes back to the question around the dark side wants more energy.
Like a George Lucas-y thing, or?
Because, again, it's disconnected from God. Well, I mean, is it disconnected? Let's just say they're more disconnected. I don't think anything is disconnected from God. My perception is it's all God's universe.
Yes.
So I don't think I think the dark still ultimately serves the creator's intention.
Okay, so then you're describing God as an evil entity? Why would God create a demon faction in his world? I just don't understand why you think that's necessary. Certainly God is more powerful than the demons that he created.
I think you can't divorce yourself from the universe, but let's just say their frequency is lower. So they're drawing upon higher
Their
vibrational
frequency.
energy to try to draw us down. That's the battle, right? It's like, how many of those of the light can we bring to the dark? How many can we sink to our level? Or if we can't, they stopped after 2012, after my last degree of initiation. And after 2012, I never got calls again.
Oh, after I entered the Masons, I was safe? But why are you an ex-Freemason then? Huh?
So I just felt like it was this kind of testing phase. And it's like, okay.
So you feel like the Freemasons were the ones calling the phone? Well, that's not spooky. That's just as prank calls from your boys.
You don't belong to us. Who knows? Maybe they've taken new forms, and
So they
not
are
saying
demons.
everything. Like, life is obviously full of challenges. So I think the dark can manifest in different ways. But for me, it was a very overt confrontation with something that people would think is, a fairy tale until you've lived it.
Damn, boy, that's a lot of antlers. You could tell he's manly on account of the antlers. Do you think there's any fucking chance at all Tucker Carlson personally hunted these animals ethically? Do you think there's any fucking chance whatsoever that he was responsible for hunting these specific fucking 6-point bucks or whatever? Hell no.
Do you think other people at the lodge, the Cornerstone Lodge in New York, were having similar experiences?
Well, I mean, I know the person I went with did, but like some of the other guys that I knew, I don't think anything changed in their life because
Tucker Carlson, let me on your stupid show. This is ridiculous. I would like to go on Tucker Carlson's show and talk about how right-wingers are little freaks.
we all have different paths, right? We all do, like, you know, my path was frankly initiatory. I wanted to explore these things. You know, I went all the way to Iran just to talk to, you know, guys that were talking to jinns and trying to understand how the world, you know, is working, right?
What drove you?
Jinns. I knew a person that believed wholeheartedly in Arabic folklore monsters like jinns and stuff. And she was the craziest fucking racist I've ever known.
Well, you grew up in a materialistic society in Southern California where the possibility of this stuff was not discussed, I would think.
Well, no, I mean, I wasn't, you know, my dad took me to India and Tibet when I was, 10. And, you know, we went to the Himalayas and went
Oh, cool. You have a rich, weird dad?
to like visit, you know, Tibetan monasteries. We went to, the Patala Palace. And, they depict demons and stuff very overtly in the iconography, right? If you look at the artwork, right, of Tibet, Nepal, the Buddhist cultures, and even Hindus, right? Like, they understand that there's demons and angels, and well, they wouldn't call it angels, I guess, but like demigods, right? I mean, they would describe like demigods, right? And more, you know.
Why do these guys want such a world to exist so badly? There's something about make-believe that never leaves their little minds. Like, I love fantasy worlds and, you know, like all of the trappings of Dungeons and Dragons and all that. There's no reason to couch your reality in these things that are fake. Why not just go have fun? You could run this Christian D&D game with your pals and just have a good time, fighting the good fight. But instead you're out here in the real world, sucking real oxygen, driving real cars, shooting real guns into people, abusing real children. I don't think we need to allow the crazy Christians to be like this.
Angelic, more divine, powerful beings, and then you see like the dark faces of the demonic realm. They look at everything, I think, as like different temptation. So it's like you have to get comfortable. You have to face the demon. You know, you can't. If you hide it, it gets scarier. Just like in a horror film, right? It's always scarier when you don't know where the monster is. Once you can face the monster, you take away its power.
I don't think so. I don't know why. Why would a demon or anything be upset that you faced it? That's it. That's the only thing. You just have to look at monsters.
Or as
This is terrible.
going back to the dream demon, the Freddy Krueger, it's like
Going back to the dream demon, Freddy Krueger.
I take my power back. I'm not afraid of you anymore.
Yeah.
That's the only way to defeat the monster.
Yeah. Like in Freddy Krueger. Fucking Tucker's face, trying to keep this conversation going. Did you do this as a fucking favor? Like, why is this guy here? You can see the gears spinning in Tucker's head. Like, how do I keep this conversation moving?
I believe that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so by the way, I just want, for anyone who thought Tucker Carlson was reasonable, I believe that. All of the... Okay. Sure. Yeah, normal guy.
Fear and hate also feed the demons.
That's so good.
Yeah, well, my dad made a whole film, Natural Born Killers, kind of about this thing.
My dad made the film Natural Born Killers. Who? William Oliver Stone? So this is your dad? Why was he called William Oliver Stone? So your children is Sean Stone? Is that this guy? It sure is. Stone hosted a show on the Russian state-funded network RT America until the network was shut down. Sure. Sometimes you got a crazy kid. All right, it's all coming into focus.
Thing, you know, it's pretty interesting. I mean, Natural Born Killers, if you watch it as two demon-possessed people, which is really what they are, the main characters. Mickey, he's been abused by his father who kills himself.
That's demons. Abuse lets the demons in. It's not psychological trauma in a material sense. It's demons.
He's been physically abused by his father. The Juliette Lewis character has been sexually abused by her father. And it's
Always men physical abuse, women sexual abuse, and physical abuse, and mental abuse.
like all this kind of chaotic American media, glorification of these two serial killers, but they're going through their journey of hell, basically, like a hellscape, until they find that love kills the demon, right? That's their salvation, is through love. But if you watch the movie as just like two demon-possessed people, it's pretty interesting.
Cool, man.
Okay, so if we think
He did do this because his dad's famous. We discovered the reason.
that hate and fear feed
You got Zins on your fucking table? What is that?
dark forces, spiritual forces.
This guy fucking...
Unconscious hate. I think there's healthy, we hate certain things that we find intolerable.
Right.
But if we hate the person, if we demonize the
hating
person,
people.
right?
Yeah.
That's feeding the
Wanting
darkness.
to hurt other people.
Right.
Having malice toward others.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nothing like we do with our third degree of separation from the malice and hate that we deliver unto people, like immigrants, minority groups, LGBTQ people, foreigners in general, abroad. No big deal. If I don't personally have blood on my hands, but I do endorse someone having blood on their hands, no problem.
Exactly.
And then fear, being terrorized. If those are both spiritual foods for demons, how should we understand our government's concerted effort over many years to make us terrified and hateful?
Tucker, why are you blaming the government? You're the guy doing this right now on this show. The right-wing media apparatus is specifically the issue here. And the politicians who benefit from it, but it's really the billionaire class forcing that to happen and then curating the politicians.
Not just the government, media with it, right? Like
Yes.
media and government working hand in hand.
Right. I mean, those kind of are the messages, really.
Yeah.
There's someone you need to be afraid of, and there's someone you should hate.
Yeah.
But you're saying the same thing, and you're calling it demons. And then you also already endorse all the hateful things. Tucker has been saying racist shit forever. He's a great replacement theory guy.
Required to hate.
Well, think about the nature of the Masonic lodges. There's the Red Lodge and the Blue Lodge.
I don't know anything.
Yeah,
about
that's the famous, like, there's like
Sounds just like a guy who knows everything about it, Tucker. I'm on to you.
there's the Blue Lodge, which is more like the French ancestry. The Scottish Rite is the Red Lodge. And so think about like the Bloods and Crips, the Democrats and the Republicans as red and blue,
it. Also, the Bloods and the Crips, red and
the
blue.
Blood and the Crips. So like this whole
The Masonic temple is very much like the Bloods and the Crips. That's true. No one else could ever use blue or red. Oh, wait. The American flag? Holy shit, guys! What? Democrats and Republicans are also blue and red. What? 3D glasses are blue and red. What? Sometimes Slurpees are blue and red if you mix them. Holy shit. Oh my god, the logo of the what? It's blue and red. It's not actually PlayStation. It's Panda Bear. Look it up. It's a good band. Spider-Man. More red. Some blue, though. Yeah, I guess it says blue. Yeah. It's like a different blue than I was thinking. Yeah. Police are blue and firefighters are red. Whoa! Man. Strawberries and blueberries. Holy shit, dude. It's everywhere.
whole idea of, but people articulate as two wings of the same bird.
How come there are blueberries, but there's no red or green berries?
Ultimately, it's like both are there to govern your mentality, govern your mind, right? So it's like, do we want more laissez-faire? Well, the Republicans are supposed to be more libertarian, more constitutional,
Right.
more.
They're not libertarian whatsoever. No, they're authoritarian. Shut up.
Or like, but they don't. But they tend to just end up spending as much.
Oh, yeah.
Way more, not as much. This is Tucker trying weirdly. He is going to run as an independent for president at some point, maybe in this next election. He's going to try it out, I think. He's gonna use the line like, "Oh, I'm tired of the parties. Let's do this thing." And then you're gonna have arguments where some people are like, "Yeah, let's break up the duopoly," and then he's just gonna be a Republican anyway. Like he's just gonna caucus with the Republicans, and it'll be the same thing, and you will have been duped again. The only way that will be defeated is with a leftist, not left or right, but forward. Dang, haven't heard that before. Again,
the blue team, both obviously are just dependent on the same Federal Reserve system, right? So you could say like we've been captured by the Federal, by this debt slave Federal Reserve system since 1913.
I mean, capitalism is very stupid, and American capitalism needs many different functioning apparatuses to keep it afloat, and all the time it's falling apart. So sure, it does sound like triple brackets, triple parentheses type vibes, yes.
Which is, again, right around the time that, well, as we know, the income tax came in, which totally unconstitutional. And then also the First World War begins, and the British bring us in.
Look, they're going against income tax, which I think is short-sighted and stupid. Like, obviously, I think most people like the idea of not having to deal with that, but especially because this system is so stupid and privatized, essentially. But they only want that so that we don't tax the billionaires or whatever the fuck. But I'd be fine to move to differentiate between income and wealth. I think we already kind of do. So
to their empire, because more formally, because before that we were not supposed to be part of the European game. We focused on the Monroe Doctrine was about focusing on our hemisphere, right? Bringing the Republic.
You can't pretend to be protectionist. The world is a globe. Sorry. You don't get to just sit in a corner of it and pretend nothing else exists. Especially if you're an empire like the fucking American one, like, and you want stuff cheaply and have everything like funneled toward you. I mean, this is a great way to lose everything that you like about your lifestyle here.
Our republic as a model, for this region and protecting this region from the imperialists of Europe, be it, French, British.
Why are you arguing that other people are more imperialist than us?
I mean,
like, I obviously don't like the British Empire, or the Spanish one, or the fucking Portuguese one, or the French one, or whatever. But like, shut up.
You remember during the Civil War, Mexico had a coup by the French, and the British Empire actually couped the Mexican government right around the same time. They were trying to install their puppet there. Yeah. Didn't work out, but Mexico then, again, there's all kinds of puppeteering that goes on, as we know, through the different forces financially. So that's really, I think, the key is like America wanting to be a republic independent of the European empires. With the First World War, Wilson made a huge decision, which I think was a huge blunder, committing us to that war. We should have been an arbiter. We should have said, we're not in favor of either empire. We're going to just arbitrate, a peace deal, and should have stayed neutral, but we didn't. We committed ourselves to the British Empire, and we set up, obviously, as a result of that, with the Versailles Treaty.
Hurt so many people.
The Second World War followed, and we, obviously, again, you can get into the whole history of the financiers behind, Hitler and his rise to power, and so it was like we're going to play, Germany against, the Soviets, who also got financial support from us. So it became a financier's game, and that's why I say like the power behind the scenes really to me is the financial empire.
Kind of, yes, sort of, but not in the way you're describing. That's so much more complicated than we have time for. I don't like boiling it down to like we puppeteered that. No one wanted, like, none of these empires who were financed, like that he's accusing of doing this, would stand to benefit from the World War II situation so close off the heels of the First World War, which was, pretty harming. So these two wars are what helped America become what it is, because we benefited from it financially, materially, and, we're far enough away from it to where we didn't have to get so fucked up by it. The thing that set us back was setting different laboring forces, but then what happened is they started to allow women to work essentially as laborers, and sort of the structure got a little fucky. Why do people pretend that Freemasons isn't anything more than some dorky fraternity? I don't know. You can go you could go have like a quinceañera at a Freemasons lodge. You can go rent it out like a community center.
And the Rothschilds are obviously a part of that. I don't think they're the be all end all of it.
Dude, a lot of these guys say Rothschilds in place of like the Jews, and I frankly don't really respect lamp-shaded anti-Semitism. Alex Jones walked so that you could run here, and you're choosing instead to tread this path lightly.
But they're a very important force financially. City of London is a very important force, and the Federal Reserve System, which is spawned from that central banking system of England. So that's when we talk about like what who's the American federal government serving. It's been serving its the expansion of a debt slavery monetary system, right? Because we're borrowing money every time they're printing money, but they don't own it. It's not like constitutional money. In the Constitution, gold and silver is constitutional money.
Gold and silver guy too. These guys, there's a specific pipeline of information that sends guys down this thought pathway. Why gold and silver? Why does that even matter? Who gives a fuck about gold and silver? But gold and silver are rare and shiny. That's true. I don't think it should matter. Rare metals will be valuable, but not to you or a normal person. There's no reason gold is valuable to a guy that just has some. It's valued specifically for its look, which is strange and not necessary. Like, obviously, you can do stuff with, machines and stuff with it. It's good. It has good quality applications in science, but a guy has no use for doubloons. It is a fake system that is irrelevant.
Everything else is these paper money notes or promissory notes. That's why it's a Federal Reserve note. When you see a dollar bill, it says Federal Reserve note. It's a promissory note. Promise to pay.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, capitalists are so weird. I don't understand them. Guys who believe in demons are even weirder. And wouldn't you know it, they're often the same guy. I wonder why. I wonder why guys who believe in demons and fairy tales would also believe a fake math game that we made up to enforce specific types of hierarchy should be upheld.